Hello, God bless from Up Ministries. It's me, Dick Jr. I am coming to you today to read you Esther chapter 7. Now, I prayed and I asked God to help me speak with you today before I started this video. And I suggest at any time that you place yourself in God's word, that you pray also, and that you ask Him for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, just like I do. Okay? And He's going to give them to you, and that's His promise, not mine. And it's in here in many places. But the reason why is this: because He wants us to understand what's contained in this book, which is God's perfect plan of salvation through Jesus Christ. Okay, so everything we need to know about sin and salvation through God's Son, Jesus Christ, it's in this book. So let's go ahead and get started. Now the king and Haman came to drink wine with Esther the queen. And the king said to Esther on the second day also, as they drank their wine at the banquet, "What is your petition, queen?" Esther, "It shall be granted you. And what is your request? Even to half of the kingdom it shall be done." Then Queen Esther replied, "If I have found favor in your sight, O king, if it pleases the king, let my life be given me as my petition, and my people as my request. For we have been sold, and I and my people, to be destroyed, to be killed, and to be annihilated. Now if we had only been sold as slaves, men and women, I would have remained silent, for the trouble would not be commensurate to the annoyance to the king." Then King Ahasuerus asked Queen Esther, "Who is he? Where is he? Who would presume to do this?" Esther said, "A foe and an enemy is this wicked Haman." Then Haman became terrified before the king and queen. The king arose in his anger from drinking wine and went into the palace garden. But Haman stayed to beg for his life from Queen Esther, for he saw that harm had been determined against him by the king. Now when the king returned from the palace garden into the palace where they were drinking wine, Haman was falling on the couch where Esther was. Then the king said, "Will he even assault the queen with me in the house?" As the words went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face. Then Harbonah, one of the eunuchs who were before the king, said, "Behold, indeed, the gallows stand at Haman's house 50 cubits high, which Haman made for Mordecai, who spoke good on behalf of the king." And the king said, "Hang him on it." So they hanged Haman on the gallows which he had prepared for Mordecai, and the king's anger subsided. And that is all I have for Esther chapter 7. Thanks for listening. God bless.